Vayas, hermano, abre las cejas, todavía estás vivo, no tengas frío. Habló tu madre, me dijo todo, muy lastimado, te fuiste solo. Actually very supportive in legalizing marijuana, so it just like fits like a glove.
All right, it's Going Deep, the local show. That was Immigrant Punk. And I am joined by Ro from Immigrant Punk. What's up, Ro?
What's up?
How you doing?
Bien, how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm excited that you're finally in studio. I've seen you play a few times. Big fan of Immigrant Punk, and so I'm glad to have you in.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you for being here. What was the name of that song that just played?
El Olvidado.
I'm gonna close the show with that because for some reason the video started and it kind of messed up. So I'm gonna replay it at the end because I thought it was really cool. Y'all did it in front of the Deep End.
We did.
What was the occasion?
We were trying out for somebody invited us to do legalize it.
Yeah.
And cat that puts that together like makes you try out to be in the lineup. So we showed up and tried out and made the team.
Awesome.
And we got to be part of legalize it.
Cool. So
Sure.
did you get to meet Merrick, the owner of the Deep End?
Possibly.
Yeah. Oh no, you would trust me. You would know if you did. So that would be a no. You didn't. But he's a cool guy. If anyone watching this show right now, if they look over at the green banner next to you, they'll see a guy giving the finger. That's Merrick.
Is he over here?
Yeah, he's about right there. So, all right, man. Well, let's get into it because you're here talking about your new album, Declaring Raw, which I'm excited about. One thing that I think is really cool is you can get it at a local store. What is it, Bob's? I think.
Bill's Records.
Bill's, yeah,
in South Dallas.
Yeah, Bill's next. Oh, that's next to Bill's. What the hell?
Bill's.
Man, I need to get off the blunts. I know exactly what Bill's is. Well, that's awesome. So now, how does that feel? Have an album out that's, in the stores. It's available. People are buying it. What's that like?
It's exciting to have it in a local record store. I don't know what it's gonna if or what it's gonna feel like to have it in a commercial store. It feels great to be part of Bill's Records, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Bill.
So now you say if, meaning you might not give it the opportunity.
I'm open to negotiation.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So now let's talk a little bit about Immigrant Punk. Besides you, who all is Immigrant Punk? Because I'm looking on your Facebook page and it says you got like staff and all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm like, wow, that's cool.
We do. We have a documentarian girl by the name of Essie that goes. You gonna pull her up?
Well,
okay.
No, but I was gonna pull up y'all's logo.
Okay, she just runs and takes interviews and has fun and captures Immigrant Punk as much as possible while she's doing that. We have Edwin Lopez, who helped record this album and was our engineer for the majority of the album. There are a couple songs that we recorded in our studio. There are a few people when Immigrant Punk started that were part of the 2 live albums that I released the first 3 months of Immigrant Punk. But now for this record, it's Aaron and I that worked on it.
I'm trying to find this comment that you or one of y'all posted about actually being in studio. Damn, where is it? It was so good. Oh, here it is. Yeah, studio time with our favorite engineer, Edwin Lopez.
That's
Studio
right.
time can be so intimate for the soul when you have the right cats in the room. So talk a little bit about that magic when you're in the studio and you're creating that and you're feeling the vibe.
Well, when Aaron and I in general, when we get into a room and we start working on any song, we focus on it, but at any given second, we could start writing another song. And Edwin he just kept it on record the whole time. And when we finished, he had stuff recorded that we didn't even remember writing or doing.
Wow.
And that's just because he loved what we do so much that he kept an open ear at all times. So that's what that magic's about. And also, I mean, he invited us to his studio. He took care of us. His family took care of us and made it the most the best atmosphere that I think anybody could ask for when they're working on a studio, because anyone that's been in the studio knows how much work is put into that and how much you pick at everything that you do, you know.
Well, now one thing that I kind of wanted to get into, yeah. No, not one thing that you guys did that I thought was mega cool that I'm sure you remember. We had a superhero party. You remember that?
I remember the superhero
and
party.
y'all actually performed at our superhero
we did play
party.
At the superhero party.
Well, so what'd you think about that? Was that like one of the craziest performances you've ever
being that,
been at?
Aaron and I are ninjas.
Uh-huh.
It actually was very relaxing. It felt like a home to be with
cool.
people with superpowers. So
well, that's how we roll here at Deep Elm on Air, man. Like literally everyone was dressed up in superhero costumes, and we had you guys play in human resources, and it was a good time.
It was a blast.
Do y'all have any other events coming up that you want to talk about?
We do. We have March 25th. We have our CD release party at the Pizza Lounge in Fair Park Station.
Yeah,
across the street from
love
Fair Park
that
Station.
place.
It'll be free to get in, of course, and then you have wine, beer, water, pizza, vegan, really delicious vegan pizza. If anybody out there is vegan, and then you have Dallas.
We're going to. I want to play some of your album, Declaring Raw.
Go for it.
We're gonna, I guess, start off with one of my favorite songs that you do, which is "Run." Y'all played that at our party, which was really cool. Is there anything you can tell us a little about "Run"?
"Run" was written after we recorded the majority of the record in my house, and we recorded it like 2 days later. Aaron wrote his part literally the day before, and so yeah, I mean that's the second time we've ever played it, is that recording.
Wow.
So
oh wait, so I guess you didn't play it then at my performance.
Yeah,
you did. Oh,
we
okay.
did. We just hadn't released the record yet.
Oh,
at
gotcha.
That point, but we had
gotcha.
recorded. That's maybe the second or third time we ever played it is on the actual recording, and that as far as everything else, I mean, there's no attachments to it emotionally, if that's
raw.
what you're seeking.
I got you. Well, cool. Well, let's check it out then.
Let's do it.
Too fast for me. I said that's just the way I move. She said you've got to take your time. I said now is all that's mine. I said if you're not sure, then what you standing here for? Time pays no mind to you. Still you count it like it has closed. Just to know that we can fly. erase your memories. Take some time with me. I know we have no history. Not asking you to stay. Just love as you walk through me. In a world that saves to get old. Let's live to die young. Run, 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 run with me. Be my immigrant. Let's take a fall, just to know that we can fly. Let's live so fast, move like we could never die. Run, run, run with me. Just to know that we can fly. Let's live so fast, move like we could never tie. Run, run, run with me.
We have flaws, but who doesn't? Immigrant Punk has so much love for the United States of America. Cheers, beautiful people. This country grows in Godspeed. That is a reflection of us. Thankful today, fist up. That was, I guess, did you post that? Do you do the Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah?
We both do, but for the most part, I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about Immigrant Punk, you know, the whole concept, like.
Well, Immigrant Punk started actually as a solo project, mostly just to have the liberation that to cross whatever genre I wanted. I'd been involved in a couple bands before then, and I was ready to do something different than having to make agreements with everyone else on what direction to go. And so the first live albums, like I said, have quite a few musicians that sit in with me to deliver Immigrant Punk. Aaron, just it kept working out with Aaron. So
which he was, man, absolutely amazing on that song.
Exactly, and that gives you an idea of what I mean. That's second, third time that he heard the song, so kind of gives you an idea of how well we write together. But yeah, so Aaron's been kind of there since day one, so he's in that record, and hopefully will be in the future. There's no, we don't pursue our relationship as have to, so it's one of those things that as it goes, we're rolling with it, and it's rolling well right now, so we'll continue to do that.
Cool.
But there's not really any set like there wasn't any set idea of what Immigrant was kind of. That was the point, is to not give it any boundaries, and that's another reason why it's called Immigrant Punk, crossing borders.
Nice. I like that. Crossing borders. Very cool. So now, what about you, Ro? Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Yeah. And how long have you been here?
I've been Mexico and the United States are equally part of my life as far as being there, here, wherever, you know.
And does that play a part in, I guess, the title as well? Immigrant Punk?
It is. A lot of it, too, you know, making people comfortable with the word immigrant. And it's a spin-off of Gogo Bordello's song, Immigrant Punk, you know. But making people comfortable with the word and helping people realize that immigrants are all around the world. It's not just between two countries. When you're speaking immigrants, you're speaking of everyone, and you're speaking of yourself as well.
That song that you just mentioned, I'm only actually familiar with it because I was looking for y'all on YouTube, and that song kept popping up. What was that song?
El Olvidado.
Uh-huh. What is it?
It's
I'm gonna play it now. Can I play it? Would that be okay, since it's obviously an inspiration for y'all?
Put it on.
Okay.
Put it on there.
I'll put it on the background while you're kind of talking. Maybe.
Okay, that's fine. It's that's actually the first song I ever wrote for Immigrant Punk. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, it is.
Now, what was it called again?
El Olvidado. E-L. O-L-V-I-N-D-A. V.
Oh, V.
Yeah. No, close. O-L-V-I-N-D-A.
This is great radio right here. Just you know what? I'll find it. I'll find it.
I like that I'm like the worst speller.
I'll find it whenever we
and I'm like the
play
speller on air right now. Why do you think I'm an artist, man?
Why are you an artist? Why is this something as a kid that you always knew you would do? Or?
No, I didn't want to have a dress code, and I didn't. I'm just checking. It's just something that is.
No, hey man, I totally agree with you. Like I'm in my lino shirt, and this is my dress code.
The dress code, the free press, you know, the free pass for wearing whatever you want is nice, you know.
Yes, I agree with that.
But no, I mean it's an is, you know. There's no, I didn't dream of it. I just is.
Yeah.
I just is it.
What now I want to know, I'm trying to like
crack in.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like you
let me lay on the couch.
Yeah, like what do you want in life? What are you trying to experience? Why are you creating music?
I don't know. I wonder. I have no specific goal for it. It's an is.
You're just doing it?
Yeah, I'm it's coming and I'm passing it forward. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I receive and pass forward.
Do you play festivals and stuff like that?
I do.
Yeah.
We play festivals all the time. Actually, that's the first thing that was definitely, as far as I don't know, I guess performance goes. The goals were definitely to tap into the festival circuit, and we've done that. We've played, Florida, Georgia, Milwaukee.
Which festivals?
We've played in.
There's a lot of good ones now.
Yeah, we've played in Florida. We played in their Pride Fest. Savannah, Georgia, Pride Fest. Milwaukee, Summer Grounds. Where Texas, Denton Peace.
I think festivals are like becoming the new fad. You know.
Yeah, they're cool because I mean it's just it's. You get to do your performance, and then you get to hang out with everyone, and that's really the pay for underground artists or artists that aren't being mainstream marketed is the experience, and festivals give that to you. So it's community, Community's good. So
whenever I was asking what tracks to play on tonight's show, you said play. You asked me if I wanted to play a controversial one, and I was like, yeah, sure. And you said 10% Rapist.
10% Rapist is about a little girl who is molested by her priest, and what ends up happening is she ends up growing up and killing him. And,
wow, that sounds like a movie. That's cool.
It sounds like a movie to me too. But it's actually a true story.
Oh, it is?
It is. It's a story that took place in Mexico, and so I just wrote a song about it.
Wait, so, well, tell us real quick the story. I'm really interested.
Just that. I mean, she grew up and she didn't, she never said anything to anyone and got to the age where she was like,
Did she like train for that
psychologically?
that moment?
Psychologically, she enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, I bet.
She enjoyed every minute of it, and and because she was a child, she associated God with the priest, which I mean, of course, he's associated. We're all associated with God, but she saw the priest as God because that's how everyone responded to him. That he was. When you go to a Catholic church, your priest is standing.
Yeah,
he's up higher than you, and he's like "Pumbada humba ho ha" on you, and and so to her as a child, she saw him as a god, Yeah. So in her mind, she grew up thinking that she wasn't what she needed to be, and then something snapped in her, and she was like, F him, and went out to catch him and got him.
Vengeance.
Got
All right, well, let's check it out.
Did the
10%
community
rapist.
a favor.
Finally reached above the ground, it's just as I expected. Followers been for the crown, lies with depths as deep as a girl's country's age. Take me back to hell, where I can tell who is a lie, who is a fake. Hit the blend with children and preachers like to touch them there. $1 million settlements, I pretend you never touched my daughter there. I am the Satanist who's breaking into heaven, kicking the shit out of a Christian. My gift, the pain to the self-proclaimed innocent. Jesus stopped loving me the day I started loving me. Took his index finger, fucked it up his ass, you see. Sucked the rhythms from his veins so he could see what I could see. Every time he touched my pee, all the kingdoms of the world chose not to tell us so, you see. Sit, sissy, sucker signs had the greens to cover me. Till this day I still hate green, till I found that nothingness meant I could decide what could be me. For my reasons, I broke the promise never to tell. For my reasons, I told you secrets I felt much better. Take your tears, bury them in the ground, 'cause I don't give a damn. Burn in hell for all I care. Forever, ever, 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 never. All the children of the world fought the 10% rapists. While they stood at the throne, preaching the ins and outs of getting into heaven. The parents fell to their knees like they did no better. Why Carmelita cried 1,000 rivers begging for forgiveness from her worst enemy, religion. Then quicker than the days that passed, she woke, snapped and whispered 50 caliber gun to every motherfucker's head. I shot the priest. That late December had me begging like a hooker to be popped like a bubble. Nothing more beautiful than watching you suffer. Burn, motherfucker, burn slow. Burn, motherfuckers, burn slow. Ese día yo sabía podía ser el cielo. Paz del corazón vendría con el tiempo. Por tantos años yo tomé tu sangre y tu cuerpo. En las tú caminabas modelo de perfecto. Ahora sigo yo, ahora sigo yo. For my
Going Deep, the local show.
Going deep.
Man, that was awesome. 10% rapist.
10% rapist.
I like how it tells a story. You know, it's like it's very similar to like almost. I'm gonna compare you to Eminem almost, because you know how when you're listening to Eminem, it's like you can visualize what he's saying. That's what your stuff is like. I like that.
I like Eminem's early stuff. I can hear that.
Yeah,
For sure.
You're gonna do a live set in here.
I am gonna do a track that I wrote for the Underground 2012.
That's awesome.
I worked.
How was that?
It was really good. It was amazing. It was my first one to go to, and I performed the solo piece in the Blue Room, and our theme was uncommon erotic. So I attempted to combine love, sex, and grace.
That's Deep Ella, man. There you go. You gotta.
I attempted to combine love, sex, and grace into a track. So I was gonna share it tonight with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's great, man. Well, before we do that, we're gonna play Mariposa.
Mariposa.
And say I don't feel too much like a
I like it.
You
it's
like how
good.
I
If
say
you
it?
say it like that, it's right, man.
Right.
I'm good with it.
That's cool, man. Hey, but before we do that, what else you want to talk about? I mean, you know, what else you got going on?
Do we have any phone calls? Maybe we can get some phone calls.
Give us a call.
Somebody call us.
214-741-9111. It's an emergency that you call us.
Yes,
so,
hurry up. We're looking for questions.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we can
You
talk
got your
about.
CD release party at Pizza Lounge.
Got that coming up.
On the 25th.
We have San Antonio. If you know anybody that lives in San Antonio, you want to send to our show. We have a show there, April 14th. We have... Who's
this L in Austin?
That's me. Immigrant Punk.
Oh, I got you.
Is my...
What were you doing in Austin studying music?
Yeah.
How were you studying music?
Going to shows and going to a dance party one night and can just join the Austin culture.
You were mentioning somebody watched our dubstep show?
Yeah.
In Austin? Awesome.
There's a girl by the name KPR that was tuned into you guys last night.
Sweet.
So she loved it.
Well, in fact, we're doing the dubstep show tonight after this.
She's probably listening right now, so say hello to her.
Well, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in again tonight. We're gonna be
Dallas loves you, Austin.
Blasting down the walls. We do indeed. You know, we're called Deep Ellum on air, but it's not really about just Deep Ellum. We want, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio. Hell, we've had bands coming from Memphis, Tennessee. We're all about just trying to talk to bands like Immigrant Punk,
right.
Who's great music, great artist, but isn't gonna be heard on local radio because it's corporate.
It is. We here in Dallas are accepting all bands with open heart, open art to come on through.
So you do the live drums, which I think that's really cool. I think there's actually, do you believe there's almost like a spiritual quality to the drums when you're doing them?
I'm not gonna tell you that it hasn't beat me down before when I've been playing it on my own. And when I get on it, there's times that it definitely takes over me, and it's pretty much playing me.
The reason why I feel like it is because I actually did some work with the shaman in New Mexico, and I did a spirit walk, and it was an amazing, incredible experience, and it involved drums, and that was it. No drugs or any kind of hallucinogens. It was all just drums.
I like how you pick hallucinogens.
And it was, no
psychedelics
awesome.
were involved. Drums.
It was just drums, but it was like a psychedelic experience.
I'm not going to tell you that that's not happened to me several times, especially in 2011. I had a huge awakening year where things were happening quickly, and I was pretty much surfing the air most of the year, and the drum was, my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and it definitely, there were times that I would play it, and get so into it that I'd literally like just physically break down and cry and pass out for an hour or two, wake back up and feel like $1,000,000, and not know what just happened. So, definitely, for me there is. I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but for me there's definitely a spiritual channel with the drum,
It's incredible. It's like you transmuted old negative energy with your drums.
That's the reason I ever got the drum was to do that, was to put to start using my negative energy in another way, and then that just evolved into using it for music, because before I was just a vocalist for several bands, and then when I started playing that and I started chanting, and then I started like flowing over it, and then I was like, okay, I should start a project. I think I'm preparing for a project and didn't know it,
Talk about that a little bit. So you flow over your drums. You do some freestyle.
I do.
It's awesome, man.
I do. That's how most of the songs start get written.
Yeah.
It's freestyling. Before it would be walking down the street and just freestyling in my brain. And before that, it was writing poetry, trying to write poetry, but trying to fit in with the kids, with the poetry kids, and then, went from there,
Very cool. This song that you have, even though we're going to play Mariposa, you got a song on here, it's called Radio. What's that about?
It's a song. It's funny because some of those songs seem like I'm in love with somebody, but I'm actually not I'm single through that whole record. Like the whole time the record was written, I was single. So it's funny because it sounds like I'm so in love with it. But that is, the chorus is, I hear your radio, and it's like, I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll tell you this, that it was my girl Essie's favorite song. It was my neighbor that's, the girl that runs around with us and takes pictures, and she just loved it. So had to put it on the record for her.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to play it because I'm going to tease the listeners that will entice them to actually go and get the record.
You should check it out. If you're into like
some
love,
chill
but you're
ass
not necessarily
music.
trying to, if you want to dedicate a song to somebody that you love, but you don't necessarily believe in marriage and that kind of.
Are you talking about the radio song?
Radio is a good song for that. Radio is a good song for that person.
Awesome.
You tell them you hear their radio. That's what you're telling. That's what you're saying to them. So basically, you're telling them you listen to them.
In one word, what describe y'all's new album? Declaring Raw.
Raw.
Raw?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna go with Raw?
I'm gonna go with Raw.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. Very cool. Okay, well, let's play Mariposa.
Let's do it.
And then when we come back, you're gonna close out with what again?
I'm gonna close out with a track that's not on the record.
Awesome.
always been challenged. I've always enjoyed a good game. When you serve your soul, baby, you serve this world. Nothing gonna stop me now. I know what it's like to be gold. You know that girl just moves like she permanently hears Spanish melodies. Mari, 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 mariposa, tan valiente, tan hermosa. Mi Mari, 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 mariposa, tan valiente, tan valiente.